Welcome. You're listening to
Off the page.
Hey Michelle.
Hi, Sewon.
I was on my way to work today, of course. You know how the air condition changes? Like the humidity wise, like temperature
I
wise,
get it.
and like,
Yeah.
it kind of smells different, right? When it
Yeah.
rains really heavily. So, like, especially when you commute to work by subway, like,
Yeah.
even though like even though the air conditioner is on,
Uh-huh.
it's kind of stuffy, right? And it's like you can like literally feel the water around you, kind of. So I was like listening to my stuff and reading my stuff, and then like all of a sudden I sensed
Uh-huh.
some smell which is very familiar. It was a scent of a perfume
Oh,
that
yeah,
I
yeah.
know. So I was like, "Oh, 이거 무슨 냄새지?" And I was like, I started sniffing. You could secretly sniff stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
그래서 I was like, "Oh, I know this perfume." And I was like, "아, 이거 아는데, 이거 아는데." I was like, and like the very first thing that I guessed was like, do you know 딥티크 플레르드뽀 알아요?
No, I don't think so.
그런 향수 있거든요.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about that.
Uh-huh.
But then it's got a little, you know how I'm a little interested in perfumes and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that, right? So we've been talking about perfumes before, and so I thought that it was 딥티크 플레르 드뽀,
Uh-huh.
but then it was 그 드뽀 has its like a flowery scent.
아, 그래요?
So 조금 여성스러워. It's a little feminine.
Uh-huh.
So I just thought that but the scent that I sensed on Subway was a little bit more. I don't know how else I don't know how to like describe it in English, but like 살냄새가 조금 더 나는 향이었거든요. 약간. But then I'm so familiar with the scent. I was like, 이거 아는데. I was like, I try not to look at a person's like who that was.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to, focus on the scent, and then like I just wanted to figure out what the perfume was.
Uh-huh.
And I realized that there's a perfume called Not a Perfume by Juliet Has a Gun.
아, 진짜. I've never
있어요.
heard of that. Yeah.
줄리엣 해서 건의 Not a Perfume이라는
Yeah,
향수가
yeah.
있는데 그 향수였던 거예요.
Uh-huh.
I think it's the US brand. I think it's from America. And then 최근에 이제 한국에 런칭을 했는데 so I was like, oh, 걔네가 런칭을 해서 now people start to wear that, and I just turned my head
Uh-huh.
to see who that was from the window of a subway, right?
Uh-huh.
And turns out it was a guy.
Oh.
그래서 it was a guy. Like he's very 깔끔하게 입어. Like,
Yeah.
he's very well dressed, and like I could see that he's very 단정해.
Neat.
And then he's very neatly dressed, and like he was very fit, and like 그냥 those types that who knows fashion and
Yeah.
그런 타입이었어.
Yeah, I get it.
And then I was just I know a few who wears Juliet Has a Gun, not a perfume, and most likely there are girls, they're ladies.
Yeah, I guess.
So I just naturally associate it as a feminine scent.
Uh-huh.
But turns out it's 진짜 잘 어울리는 거예요,
오.
남성분들한테도. 그래서 I was like, 이게 이렇게 남자가 뿌리면 이런 냄새가 나는구나, 이런 향이 나는구나, 이걸 오늘 느꼈습니다.
That's
That's
interesting because like your story reminded me of one of my episodes on the subway as well. I was sitting like it was like last winter or fall, I think. And I was sitting next to a lady, and I think she was like around my age, and she smells so good. And
Oh, did you actually ask her?
yeah,
what the perfume
I
is?
asked her because like I'm not that like very much like I'm not that into perfumes like you, so like I'm like kind of very much unaware of the names of the perfumes. So I typed on my like iPhone memo app and 저기 냄새가 너무 좋으신데
Oh, you
향수
didn't
좀
even ask her like
알려주세요라고 했어요.
oh,
And I
말로 안 하고.
and I like kind of poked her and showed
Oh.
my screen, and she was like smiling so brightly because like
어.
그 향따 하면 기분 좋잖아요. Like when someone asks
Really?
you like what kind of perfume do you wear, and suddenly it feels like it's kind of a like compliment to your taste or something. And she was so smiling brightly, and she she took my phone because I kind of handed it to her, and like she also typed the name of the perfume and like gave the phone back to me, and it was actually 딥티크 도손.
도손.
And
도손은
I
좋지.
once tried 도손 at like department store, like just like trying wearing it, and it smells totally different on me.
It differs by people. It's 케바케요, 진짜 사바사야.
그래서 like I was a little bit like frustrated because I know that Dawson wouldn't smell like that on me, so I was a little bit frustrated.
Have you tried 오르페옹?
No, 오르페옹? 그것도 딥티크예요?
You should go try.
나무, woody scent, greenery, juniper berry, and I think I would like this because like I'm kind of into woody smell, I think.
It suits. I think it's appropriate to wear during summer.
Oh, I'm gonna try that on.
Yeah. The reason why I mentioned this is because I recently bought a bottle of hair mist. 딥티크 오르페옹 헤어 미스트.
hair mist. They have hair mist as well.
Yeah. And it's relatively cheaper, and it's like sometimes I think hair mists smells better.
맞아,
actual-
맞아.
actual
yeah.
So it wasn't for myself actually. I gifted it to someone, and yeah. Anyways, 오르페옹 is a good
Okay, I'm gonna
choice if
try
you
that.
look. Yeah. And like by the way, I love the present
That I gave it to
as
you
a
on your
birthday
birthday.
Yeah. Which is
I gave Lush's body spray named Big to Sewon. And
I really like it when it's directly sprayed on my body right after shower.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't spray it on my clothes,
Yeah.
and I only use it right after my shower, and like it feels amazing. Like the best part of my like night routine is these days is that I spray it on my body, right? Like directly. I can smell it when I go to bed and like 이불 덮을 때.
Yeah.
Like
Put
I can
the-
literally like smell myself, you know? 그때 너무 좋아.
그러니까 I just mentioned that I'm not very much into perfumes, but like I always love to go to Lush and try some kind of like body sprays. Just, by like randomly choosing out of something, like just seeing the names. And actually, like once one of the staffers from the Lush recommended the Big because like it kind of suits the summer season the best. And I tried it on, and I thought that this might not very much fit for myself, but it would fit for you.
Thank you.
And that was why I like gave it to you as a birthday present.
잘 쓰고 있어요.
Good.
But today I'm not wearing big
You wearing which?
because it's rainy. Like I prefer to wear like a watery scent. 약간 물기
yeah.
있는 냄새를 좋아하거든요. When it rains, so I'm now wearing 굴리의 이리드 말트.
Ah,
Do you know this one?
so you really know well about perfumes, I think.
But these ones are like famous ones. 그렇게 막
그래도
너무 좋아. 지금 약간 되게 좋은 상태야. I think like scent in general, smell
uh-huh.
in general, like plays a huge part
Of course.
when it comes to you know 기분 좋게 만드는 거.
Yeah, and the opposite always happens.
Yeah.
It always drives me crazy when people on the subway they smell like the damp laundry. 그
그러니까
쉰내 날 때.
맞아.
It really drives
But
me
it's-
crazy.
But some people cannot, you know, sometimes they don't have 건조기 at their home. So
Yeah, but I also don't have electronic
Me neither.
dryer at my home, but still, you know, I'm always surprised that no one, you know, tells them about their smell.
because it would make that person awkward and it would make us feel bad, right?
Yeah.
To actually mention about, you know,
But I always
냄새
feel
나구나.
like someone very close to them should tell them about it. Like for example, like family members, maybe.
근데 I don't think they would know.
아, 가족들도 모르는구나.
Because they would share, like chances are that they would share the same
I get
clothes
it.
from the same.
어떡해.
그러니까 모를 것 같아.
아.
It was so funny actually when you actually like
왜?
messaged me. Like we talked about this before actually, and
Yeah,
and
we
you were
did.
like. Over the message, you were like, 갑자기 all of a sudden you got so passionate and you were like, 세원, 우리는 꼭 그렇게 하면 서로 말해줘야 돼요. 꼭
Yeah.
말해줘야 돼요.
Like it was like if I smell bad, Taewon, you should tell me. It's kind of a, like 의리 to each other.
Yeah. You smell nice.
Ah, thank you.
Anyways, that was a little interesting story that I had this morning.
우후.
Should we talk about the book? We
그럴까요?
can keep it short. Yeah.
Huh?
We can keep it short.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Stop laughing.
아이고. So Nikolai Gogol's Wetu, The Overcoat.
The overcoat. As we mentioned on the last week's episode, we chose a certain edition of this short story because Gogol's short stories are like kinda 그 저작권이 만료됐잖아요. The copyright is expired, so like any publishing houses can publish it. But we chose 민음사스 쏜쌀문고 시리즈, and it contains 3 short stories of Gogol, The Overcoat, The Nose, and what was it? The Madman's Diary?
광인일기.
By the way, which one was your favorite out of 3? 아니면 순위 매겨볼까? Can we like rate it in first and second and third place? You seem very 난처해. Why is that?
I'm very 난처해 at the moment. 그러면
Uh-huh.
이렇게 해보자. Let's pick our favorite. Like
Okay.
같이.
Okay.
하나, 둘, 셋.
외투.
코.
오, 다르네.
유령이 좋아?
Because it was so funny. I mean, like, it was funny to me. It reminded me of the ghost of Hamlet's father in the Shakespeare's Hamlet.
I thought of him too. Yeah. Well, I realized that I read it like in my 20s.
Ah, you did. Yeah.
And like I don't have a vivid memory
Uh-huh.
like reading this, but then I think back then I thought they were all amazing.
Uh-huh.
But like this time I realized like I don't know 이거 나이 들어서 그런 건지 like maybe I'm aging and or maybe like I've lost all humanity and therefore like I'm lacking like sympathy and like empathy kind of.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
That's a sad thing.
Yeah, it is a sad thing. Like all 3 stories combined, I felt like I just can't help but thinking that like I kept reading it as a 직장인's point of view.
Uh-huh.
And like, should we just start like talking about the stories
Yeah, of
and
course.
stuff? Yeah. Did you actually read the profile like on the cover of
Yeah,
the
I
page?
did. I did.
Yeah. And there is a line where there is a line that says that Nikolai Gogol once tried to become a civil worker.
Mm-hmm.
He failed to do so, right? Like he couldn't fit in. 조직에 적응을 못했다라는
Yeah.
부분이 있는데
관리가 되려고 상태 페테르부르크로 상경했지만 냉혹한 현실 앞에 좌절한다.
like I could totally see why he failed to fit in, right? 이런 조직 생활 하겠어?
I also
이래가지고.
get it.
And I was like, for 코?
코? You mean the nose?
Yeah, the nose.
Yeah.
I kept thinking about the time that I worked. Like I cannot disclose everything about what I do, but then, you know what we do at the moment, Michelle and I. You know, it's like we're working on projects, right?
Yeah.
So you have your own project and I have my own. So we do that throughout the year, right? But then there's this another department or another division where like we're admins as well, but then we also have admins, right?
Yeah.
Like our colleagues who
yeah.
do like admin stuff.
And
of-
just like all the other companies or
Yeah.
institutions.
I used to, you know how I used to be in that department, and one of the things that I did was to take care of the so-called 민원.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole story of 민원. It's a whole different world from what we do, and I just know a glimpse of it, and I cannot disclose in detail. But then, like what I can share on the podcast is that like say like we have 10 민원s. Like how should we translate 민원? Like
I just like googled it and it means it is translated as a civil complaint in English.
Oh, civil complaint. Okay. So yeah, it's so-called 민원, and like let's say we have 10 of them, and chances are that 1 to 2 of them are related to what we actually do.
Yeah. Of course.
So for those ones,
Yeah.
we try our best to,
Yeah.
meet their needs, right?
Yeah, we do.
So yeah, so I do my best to like give them the answers that they want or the information that they want. And almost 5 to 6 of them out of 10 are the ones that are unrelated to
Our
what we
work.
do.
Yeah.
Just because all the 민원s happen, like they come from like literally all over the place within Korea. So I don't know the whole system. Like I don't know exactly how the system works, but then I think it's automatically sorted based on like the theme or the word, the specific words. In that case, we can 이관해.
Or
What are
just
they? We
pass
can-
it to the related
related
institution.
Exactly. We can pass it on to the institutions that might take care of those stuff, right? So 2개는 우리 관련이고 5개에서 6개는 상관이 없는 거면
Yeah.
the rest 1 or 2
Yeah. They are
they are the ones that are similar to 코 or similar to 외투. Which means that, like there's this letter that I received, the civil complaint, and it says like, I think the world is crumbling, and I think the fate of our country is doomed. And it's a serious. We're in a very serious situation. It's
Oh.
yeah. So we should do something about it. So like this
That's
person
very
writes a whole
ominous.
letter
Yeah.
about it, and the very 핵심, the very core of what he wants or the person wants is that, and therefore, there's a song called one little, two little, three
Yeah, yeah.
little in the end 그 노래 있잖아요. And this person asks like, so my point is, can I sing this song and like 개사해? Like change the lyrics into the name of your institution?
어?
Sing it out loud in front of the public.
에?
이해 못했죠? 그러니까 갑자기
Yeah, I mean like 그게 무슨 상관이에요? What
상관없지. 그러니까 그거를 you try you you cannot find the logic in this, you know? It's just
But there was so much huge gap between like the former part of the story and the like very radical conclusion. Like it was so different.
민원에는 논리를 찾으면 안 되거든요. So like he was like this person was like, so can I sing this song with your institution's name included? So I was like, but then the thing is, we have to answer anyways, no matter what. That's the rule. I have to start a very official letter. Oh, thank you for your interest in our institution and what we do, and we're very grateful for that. And with regard to the matter that you raised and blah 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 이렇게 해야 돼요. And the other one was like, you know, there was a time when one of our presidents was in jail. Like I wouldn't say who.
Yeah.
And this person was like, you know, I feel so sad and like I feel pity for that president.
Uh-huh.
That the president is in jail and therefore I want to do something for the president, the former president.
Yeah.
And the way to do so is that this person wants to send 자라탕. What's 자라탕?
자라탕? Yeah.
Turtle stew. In Korean medicine, 자라탕 is good for like a person's stamina or something, right?
Yeah, it is. It would be just translated as turtle soup.
Yeah. So this person wants to send this 자라탕, and the main purpose was, so I want to send it under the name of your institution, and can I do that?
But then is that person is sending the letter to all the public institutions in Korea?
I think so.
Then I get it.
But then the like 짜증나는 annoying part is that you have to answer it anyways.
Yeah.
그런 것도 있고. So like, if I were a person like who does that, and if I receive a 민원 like this, like hi, like I just want to say that you know my nose is lost, and like my nose is you know just walking around the street. You know, pretending that he's a high official. 그러면 나 너무 힘들 것 같아.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and the funny part was funny part in the nose, the short story nose, was that people were not considering our protagonist as a lunatic.
No.
Like people were actually partly, you know, treating his 민원 as some kind of a like serious one, and I felt like it is funny, and at the same time it was weird actually. 좀 이상했어요. 왜 그러지? 라고 생각했어.
I just felt pity for the author. Like, if he were alive to this day, I just think that he could have been the type who writes these kind of letters to
Like crazy
the public,
letters to all the public institutions in the country.
Right. That's all I could say for Ko.
Like this is gonna be a very short episode, I think.
Oh.
Actually, my takes might be about my childhood memory. I read this like particular short story, The Nose, when I was a like little kid. I was like 9 or 10 or something.
Oh, 어릴 때 읽었구나.
But it was the totally different version for the children, you know. 그 세계문학 전집에 왜
어린이 세계문학.
Yeah, 어린이 세계문학 전집. Like the 세계문학 전집 for children, the nose was included. And you know, I was a kid like who was very much into reading, and I just like back then my goal was to, you know, read the whole complete set of 세계문학 전집, like missing not a single book. And I was very young, so I was not aware that Nikolai Gogol was even a Russian writer.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, I thought the story was hilarious,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually really liked the story because
I think I liked the story when I was reading it for the first time.
yeah, and it was like since it was the book for the children, it had illustrations on it, and I could see the illustration, the nose, like dressing in a very fancy way and walking down the street, and I thought that I really liked that illustration as well because it was just so funny. And coming back to the present day, and I read this short story like a few days ago, I was a little bit disappointed because it was not that hilarious as I read in my childhood days. 왜 그럴까요? Why is that?
Because we're grown-ups now. That how it's ridiculous and at the same time it's very sad that he realizes, this person, the protagonist realizes that it's his nose,
Yeah.
and yet he's hesitant to approach to it because his ranking seems higher than his own
way
ranking,
higher
right?
than his.
어.
근데 I get it, and I get the satirical part of that, like specific depiction. But I don't know, like
It's not that appealing to you anymore.
yeah, because it is too obvious.
But as a child, it could be fascinating
Yeah,
because
yeah,
그냥 쉽게 생각하면 내 코가 없어졌어요.
Yeah,
같은 거잖아요. So it's fascinating. It's a fascinating story.
And
for a
like
child.
it gave me the concept of hierarchy in the like world of the grown up. And it was so shocking to me when I was a child. But as you mentioned several times, we are now grown-ups. So it just seems so like 너무 당연해 보여요. Too obvious.
And actually, it feels so 한심해 because that the main reason he wants to regain his nose is to socialize with the ladies
Yeah.
and to flirt with the ladies. 그래서 더 한심해.
Yeah, I mean, like, our protagonist seems so pathetic. And to be honest, it was just all that I felt. Like, wow, he's pathetic. The end.
Should we move on to the overcoat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can.
Which is your favorite out of the three?
I mean, I thought that there are similarities of protagonists in the stories, 그 Overcoat and the Madman's Diary. They're both the old man, like in their 40s or 50s or something, and they are kind of trying to get the affection from the young and beautiful ladies. And that part made me feel like ew. 그러니까 뭐지? 그러니까 I know that the author wants to depict the protagonist as a very pathetic people, but I don't know. It just felt like it is too. As we are both grown-ups and we are working in the like public sector, the depiction of that type of people, it just seems like it is so stereotypical and at the same time very widespread one now. Since this work is very it was like written in 19th century or something. 그래서 더 이상 it felt nothing like very much new to us.
But at least we could from the story The Overcoat, I think we could relate to the situation that like how poorly paid he was. Like he cannot afford to buy a new coat, even though it's almost an essential to have a coat to get through that coldness
of course,
Russia's winter, right?
Russian winter is so severe. It
I
might
just
be
felt
like
sorry
impossible
for
to survive without a coat.
I know. I just felt sorry for the person that he lived the world where there was no Uniqlo or Zara. 그냥 사면 되는데.
Do you remember the scene that our protagonist, he bought a new coat finally, and after that he goes to a party thrown by his superior at the work, which like I think the superior officer is quite wealthy, and the like through the protagonist's eye, you know, the richer part of the city seems like it is like glowing with lights, all the lights, and there are, you know, rich people around the neighborhood, and all people seem like they are very much relaxed and happy. And it, you know, it reminds me of a very famous picture in Russian history, and I have to look it up for the name. 잠깐만. Well, the setting is quite different because, you know, it is a picture of a.
Okay, just.
그냥 이렇게 보여줘야겠다.
모르는 그림이에요.
그 차르의 황궁에 처음 간 사회주의 혁명군의 그림이에요.
마르크스 당신이 옳았어 뭐야?
It is a comment written in a like random blog.
Okay.
With the picture, like for our listeners. 그러니까 이거 제목을 영어로 뭐라고 하는지 찾아봐야겠다. Oh, the name of the picture. It is actually a series of pictures, I think. The storming of the Winter Palace. The Russian Revolution happened in 1917, and the socialist revolutionaries took over the Winter Palace of the Tsar, and it has depicted like socialist revolutionaries has never seen that kind of luxurious place before, and it was actually their very first time to see the, you know, very much, you know, all the, you know, furnitures or the like wallpapers are covered in gold, and they've just had like no idea what was happening in the Tsar's palace. 그러니까 그게 생각이 났어요. Well, the setting might be very much different because it has like 100 years gap between the Russian Revolution and the background of the Nikolai Gogol short stories, but you know, I think the basic sense was quite similar. You know, our protagonist Akaki, he just, you know, have to 그 절약을 엄청 해야 되잖아요.
맞아.
그 코트 한 벌 사려고. He has to save his money to buy a coat. So he walks on the front part of his 그 shoes, because like if you just, you know, normally walk, the shoes might worn out fast. So he has to walk only with his toes. You know, it is a very much kind of like exaggerating the poverty of that kind of like public workers at that era, but still Akaki, the protagonist, has to walk on the toes, but at the same time the rich people, they just, you know, ride 마차 타고 다니잖아요. The like rich people are just, you know, carried by the coach with the horses. So like they actually they might don't need a coat, very warm coat, because they would be, you know, just staying in the coach. That kind of, you know, differences or the gap between the like gap that can placed among those like social classes. Well, that part was very much, you know, that depiction part was very much interesting and at the same time impressive to me.
I am not interested in owning cars or driving cars, but the only time that I think of getting a car is during winter time, that I have to wear this long padded jacket to, you know, protect myself from the coldness. And like, you know, whenever that happens, you know, the coat, 그 long padding is so heavy, right?
Yeah.
And it gets so warm to the point that I get sweaty on subways.
Yeah, that's the worst
Oh.
part.
So I have to take it off, and then I have my bag with me, so I have to, I'm holding my bag and the long padded jacket at the same time, and I'm sweaty, and it's like right after we got off the station, it's just cold again.
Yeah,
so I have to
freezing
wear it,
cold
and
again.
it's really,
Yeah.
and it's really heavy. And whenever that happens, I was like, oh, if I had a car, I would just wear a coat, right?
Yeah.
A very light coat, 봄 가을 코트,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And no, I can't afford a car.
I've never thought of the cars in this certain way that it can make you wear much lighter in winter, and at the same time it kind of functions as a like moving carriage, a moving locker for you.
Oh.
Like when I went to the university, like nobody around me, like at the College of Humanities, 그 인문대에서는 nobody had a car, but when you go to the College of Music, there are students who has cars because they have to carry their instruments
And
and
their dresses.
yeah. And I once, like, one of my, acquaintances at the college, she had a car and she showed me the, 그 뭐지? Passenger seat of her car, and it was just, all the, 그 전공책 or, all the papers and all the kind of like stationary things or something like that, or the like tumblers. They were all just, thrown to everywhere. And it was the first time that I was like being jealous of
Oh.
having a car.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also like the fact that I get to listen to music, or like I get to listen to podcasts without actually wearing like earphones.
Oh, yeah.
So if I had a car, then I could just, turn on the music and like just listen to it, right? But I don't think, yeah, it's a stupid decision to own a car for our yeah, I won't get into the details, but yeah. 너무 슬퍼지니까 얘기하지 맙시다. That's pretty much it for the overcoat, right? Like I think I just want to mention that it's not because the stories are not well written,
Yeah.
but I just think that I could have appreciated the stories better if I understood Russia or Russian culture or Russian history.
Yeah, yeah.
저 근데 러시아 아무것도 모르거든요.
Yeah, me too.
I know nothing about Russia, but I heard that Russia is a really good place to visit, to travel, and
Before we jumped into the actual recording, I told Sewan that, well, I've really enjoyed reading the stories, but all my impression was like, 잘 읽었다. Good. It was well read. That's it. All done. That was my impression, actually. It was like, for me, reading a kind of a like very classic text, which is a very well written one, for just, collecting some kind of knowledge, basic knowledge. So it was just like, okay, I get it. And then after that, I was not very much touched or impressed. This is why I think I'm kind of lack of like things to say on this episode.
But one last thing from the overcoat. Our protagonist is so much into what he does, right? For work. And like his job is to do 정서.
Yeah.
And like he's so into it. But and that reminded me of books, and I think you've probably read it too, but I brought it with me here. 그 보후밀 흐라발의 너무 시끄러운 고독.
Oh yeah. No. I've never read it or
I haven't
heard
read
of
it?
it.
You've heard of it, right?
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh.
안 들어봤어. 처음 들어봐.
이거 어떻게 생각하는지 궁금하다.
그럼
It's a story
읽어보면
it's a very short story, and it's a story of a person whose job is to compress all the paper. 그 압축하는 거거든요. And then he's so into it, and like, I think he's working at Jiha or something. And then he's a heavy reader. And like all he does is reading and compressing paper. 근데 이거 되게 잘 썼어요. I really like 너무 시끄러운 고독. It's classic. And at the same time, it also reminded me of a short story by 허먼 멜빌.
Uh-huh.
필경사 바틀비 알아요?
아,
Do you like the
맞아.
story?
I was thinking
What's it
of
called in
mentioning
English?
잠깐만. 영어로 그게
The Bartleby the Scrivener, I think.
Yeah,
What's it
Bartleby the Scrivener. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's a famous work too. So, 근데 I think
Uh-huh.
it's a great work. 그 웹툰 is also Nikolai Gogol's work are great.
Uh-huh.
But I think this 너무 시끄러운 고독 and 필경사 바틀비 is far better. They're far better,
Yeah.
I think.
I said that I've never heard of 그 너무 시끄러운 고독, and I'm interested in reading it one day. And actually, Bartleby the Scrivener is one of my favorite short stories in the
진짜?
American literature.
진짜 잘 썼죠?
Yeah.
어떻게 이렇게 잘 썼을까? 진짜 잘 썼어, 맞아. 맞아.
The very famous line by Bartleby, I would prefer not to.
어디?
그
그렇게 하지 않겠습니다. 뭐였지?
그러니까,
네.
and the Korean translation of that certain sentence is quite different. 되게 달라요. 이 본마다 그 문장을 다 번역하기를 다르게 했을 거예요, 아마.
진짜? What's the original line?
I would prefer not to.
I've never read in English. I only read it in Korean. So 어디 갔냐? 잠깐만.
What publishing houses edition?
창비. 이거는 그렇게 했네. 그렇게 안 하고 싶습니다.
Yeah.
그렇게 안 하고 싶습니다.
내가 왜 이걸 까먹었지? 그 얘기하려고 했거든요. 이거 누가 정리해놨다. I'm not just saying this that certain translation is better than the other. I'm just telling this because I want to share it with you, 세원, and with our listeners.
Yeah.
One of the 인터넷 사람이 이거를 정리를 해놨는데 현대문학 publishing houses version is 하지 않는 게 좋겠습니다. And 열린 책들 version is 하고 싶은 마음이 없습니다. 민음사는 from 민음사 it is 그렇지 않는 편이 좋겠습니다. And 문학동네 was 안 하는 편을 택하겠습니다.
창비가 제일 나은 것 같아요.
Yeah, I think the like 30 seconds ago, I was saying that I'm not picking out something from something, but now I feel like 창비's translation was the best, I think.
What was the 열린 책들 version?
하지 않는 게 좋겠습니다.
그게 제일 아닌 것 같아. 하지 않는 게 좋겠습니다.
What's the translator for 창비?
Because
version?
하지 않는 게 좋겠습니다 is kind of a 청유, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like as if he's suggesting something.
Oh, the translator was 한기욱. And actually, I read this 창비's translated version when I was at the university as well. 저도 창비 걸 읽었어요. 대학생 때.
By the way, I'll just say this in Korean. I think I'm like I don't have enough. I didn't read enough Russian literature to talk about like how it is like. But then from what I read, I think Russian literature is like 한겨울, 진짜 추운 겨울, 한겨울. But then, from what I recognize, American literature is 추워, but then it's a different type of 추워. It's
a little bit like
little
chilly, I think.
it's chilly, 맞아.
Yeah.
It's chilly. It's a little bit 고독한데 chilly하고 it's kind of empty inside.
Yeah.
Like 그 가슴에 구멍이 뚫린 chilly.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
And Russian winter is like so
진짜
severe.
it's harsh.
And
it's severe.
harsh, like winds are so like so 그 칼로 베는 것 같이.
맞아. And I actually have a question. For 광인일기, can we move on?
Yeah.
The Madman's Diary. I can't stop but thinking of. It reminds me of modern Korean literature written in 1920s or 30s.
Oh yeah,
Like
me
have-
too. 오,
그런 느낌
신기하다.
났죠. But chances are that 한국 근대문학이 영향을 받았겠지. It's not the other way around.
Yeah, I
right?
think so because like there were also like the kind of like trend in 1920s and 30s. It was like cough literature, and I
Cough literature.
그 왜 그랬잖아. 그
Chaotic
기억나요?
literature.
어?
아니야, no, I'm just kidding.
어?
Yeah, go on.
그게 that trend was influenced by Russian literature or the like
Oh.
Russian thinking of socialism. CUF means 조선 프롤레타리아 예술가 동맹.
I thought you were saying cough,
아,
coughing, because they're in poverty and they're
아.
sick.
I
So
was,
I mentioned. That's why I mentioned 결핵.
아,
Because
그래. 근데 나는 그게 관련이 있다고 생각했어. I thought that
okay.
it might be also related to 결핵 and cough and all that thing.
Or 폐렴, or pneumonia or something.
CUF stands for KAPF, actually.
그래. 그래서 yeah, it remind me of stories like Korean literature written back in 1920s or 30s. 한국 근대문화. 이랑 너무 비슷해.
And yeah, it is very like interesting that we both had that certain impression on this short story. I thought that out of three, this one was lighter than the other two, and a little bit like more funnier. I kind of like that the idea of the dogs can write letters to each other, and they can write out the like much more elaborate sentences than the officers in the Russian bureaucracy system. Of course, it is a satire, but I just thinking about like dogs writing love letters to each other, it was a little bit like charming to me. 귀엽지 않아요?
You felt it charming?
그러니까 귀엽지 않나?
It reminded me of the term 마술적 realism, right? Magic realism, which I don't like. 나 안 좋아하거든요.
안 좋아해.
I don't like South American 그 마술적 realism stories. Like, have you read like 그 이름 뭐더라? 라우라 달콤 쌉싸름한 초콜릿 알아요?
I have that book, but I've never read it. I'm thinking of reading it in the future.
라우라 에스키벨.
별로야?
별로가 아니고, 그러니까 별로라기보다 그냥 I just don't like 마술적 realism.
I get it.
So like right after like dogs starting to correspond letters, I was like 이거 마술적 리얼리즘인가 너무 싫다 약간 그렇게 생각했어. I just can't. I lose focus whenever like a random like dead people like comes up to our dinner table and start talking and 그럴 때마다
달콤 쌉싸름한 초콜릿 있어 집에.
읽어보세요. Do you you don't have anything like you don't have beef with 그 마술적 리얼리즘, right? 괜찮죠?
I
그럼
think
괜찮을 거예요.
I haven't read enough of Spanish or South American literature to
Me neither.
그 decide whether I'm into magical realism or not.
I just can't relate or I just can't focus whenever some dead people pops up on the dinner table and like start talking. 그럼 집중이 안 돼.
Then I think this can go off the record, but 그 한강 작가님 Widuna part, it had comments like, oh, this shows how like 한강 kind of like uses the magical realism as a writing style.
At least like the background, like the backbone of the story, I could relate to it because it's related to our history, like Korean history, and like I have a better understanding of Hangang's work and like the reason why she wrote that in that way, right? Wrote that work in that way. So like 그냥 편해지 뭐. 그거는 괜찮은데 진짜 찐 마술적 리얼리즘은 좀 싫은.
I get it.
광인 일기도 이게 다야 돼. 하고 싶은 말은 그냥 한국 근대문학이랑 비슷했다. 끝. 큰일 났다.
I have one last thing to say about the Madman Diary. Is that like, have you noticed that there is a repetition of the sentence that 그 침대에 누워서 뭐 종일 보냈다? Like I spent all my afternoon on the bed or like lying down or something like that. I have underlined one of the sentence and wrote the comment 부럽다 부럽다.
It's surprising that we have similar reactions to these stories.
진짜?
어.
You also thought that? Like, 부럽다. I'm jealous of them that
아니
they
근데
can
the
lie
whole point
down.
of I mean what I'm trying to get at is that the whole point of you underlying that sentence and saying 부럽다 is that you don't have any specific feelings toward that story or you don't have any feelings for the protagonist is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Right? 그냥 그 정도로 관심이 없었다는
Yeah, my immediate response was like, yeah, I love to lie down as well. Like, I don't wanna, like, just like the Ellie Wong's stand-up comedy, like, one of the very famous line from that stand-up comedy. I was like, I'm always like, I don't wanna lean in, I wanna lie down. That is my, like, basic mode of life. And reading this book actually made me feel like I'm back to my freshman year of the university. Because, like, back then, since I majored in English literature and all that stuff, and I was like 인문대 소속이었는데, to all the like students, freshman students at the College of Humanities, there were some kind of like introductory lectures that, you know, kind of a like, the lecture was like a seminar thing. And a small group of students have to read a certain country's classic literature. And I've read 스탕달의 적과 흙을 읽었어요.
안 읽어봤어.
And to be honest, like most of the book, the contents of the book, it just like flew away. Like 그러니까 한국어로 얘기하면 읽는 족족 내용이 휘발되는 거예요. 뇌에서 너무 관심이 없어서.
그거 프랑스 문학이라고 하지
Yeah.
않았어요?
I'm not
저번에?
very much into French literature as well, so. 그래서 근데 그때 그 기분을 느끼게 했다. This book reminded me of that, you know, freshman year feeling.
Why do you think the reason is? Just for me, like it's so hard to focus on. 그냥 한국말로 할게요. 저는 프랑스 문학을 집중을 할 수가 없어요.
저는 one of our friends gave me a birthday present earlier this year, and it was a book by 카미.
아 까미는 좋지.
근데
까미가 있었네.
it was also from 민음사 Publishing House, and 그거예요. 안과 겉 결혼 여름 이렇게 묶어서 낸 그건데.
그 세계문학 전집.
Yeah. I've like read the very first part of the book, and I'm loving it already.
까미는
근데 너무 좋잖아. 근데
까미는 제가 아까 얘기한 프랑스 문학의 바깥에 계신 분이라서 까미님은 어디 지금 까미님을 지금 어떻게
근데 나는 사실 to be honest, I'm not very familiar with French literature, and like some of the figures that I know are just, you know, 까미 or 마르그리트 디라스 맞나?
그런 거 얘기하는 거였어요. I also have 그러니까 저도 프랑스 문학 잘 모르지만 제가 말하는 프랑스 문학은 약간 고리오 영감 같은 거예요.
그러니까. 근데
너무
나도
재미없어.
집중이 안 돼.
어떻게 이렇게 집중이 안 돼? 그거 왜 이렇게 집중이 안 될까? 근데 적과 흑도 분명히 집중이 안 될 것 같거든요.
진짜 전혀 안 됐어. 전혀.
어떡하지? 그거 왜 그럴까? 그냥 역사를 몰라서 그런가?
근데 what about Les Miserables?
레미제라블은 좋지.
그러니까 이게 뭐냐고 이게 지금.
빅토르 휴고는 좋지. 그거는 레미제라블은 인생을 알 수 있는 작품이고.
그러니까 저도 레미제라블 좋아하고 까미 좋아하고 뭐 그런데 왜 어떤 것들은 안 읽혀도 너무 안 읽힐까?
맞아. 그거 뭘까?
그러니까 예를 들어서 이거 그냥 뭐 한국어로 할게요. 좀 그런 얘기니까.
잘라야 돼요?
안 잘라도 돼요. 근데
네.
예를 들어 저의 경우에 미국 문학이나 일본 문학이 재미가 없어도 읽을 수는 있어요. 그러니까 끝까지 갈 수는 있어요. 저의 경우에는. 중국도 어느 정도 그래요. 저한테는. 근데 프랑스는 진짜 못 따라가겠어. 그러니까 그 재미가 없으면 어느 순간 더 이상은 못하겠어 이렇게 돼요.
독일은 어때요?
독일도 그래요. 그러니까 내가 제일 재밌는 건 괜찮아. 근데 재미가 없으면 갑자기 급격히 흥미를 잃고 읽지를 못해 그냥. 근데 문화가 너무 달라서 그런가?
독일 vs 프랑스.
독일이 나아요.
나도.
그니까 이거 왜 이런 거야?
뭘까 이거? 알고 싶다. 이거 왜 그런지.
근데 이게 제가 느끼기에 프랑스 문학을 되게 재밌게 읽는 분들은 재밌게 읽는 것 같거든요.
아, 프랑스 문학을 재밌게 읽는 사람이 당연히 있겠지.
아 있지 당연히.
그래. 미안합니다.
아닌가? 혹시 그 저가 흑은 전공자나 문학을 그 프랑스 문학을 좋아하시는 분들에게도 재미가 별로 없을까요?
발자크, 그러니까 막 고리오 영감 같은 경우도 막 사실 뭔가 제가 뜻이 있어서 읽은 게 아니라 그냥 발자크 이런 거 되게 유명한 사람 읽어봐야 되니까 해서 들어간 건데 나 솔직히 고리오 영감 안 끝냈어요. 몰라 나 사실 뒤에 어떻게 되는지. 그래서 그냥 그런 거 아닐까요? 미국 문학 같은 경우는 relatively 현대라서
yeah, their history is quite short. So.
근데 고리오 영감은 너무 우리랑 달라서.
근데 그렇게 생각하면 영국 문학 같은 경우에는 역사가
아니지. 나 영국 문학 사랑하지.
생각해보면 막 궁정 문학 이런 거 지겹다 하는 학생들 되게 많았거든요.
궁정 문학의 대표가 뭐가 있죠?
courtly literature 그 귀부인 나오고 기사 나오고
Chaucer.
중세 문학
Canterbury
중세
Tales.
문학.
나도 그거 재미없어.
근데 그거 재미없잖아요.
Camelot 이런 거. King Arthur, Camelot 이런 거.
근데 그거는
재미없지.
사실 그 외국인 독자가 읽었을 땐 특히 그러니까 내 생각에 내국인 독자들도 엄청 재미없어하는 사람 많을 것 같은데 외국인들이 읽었을 땐 더 question mark잖아요. 약간 이게 뭐야 이렇게 되니까.
그거 나 지금 이거 King Arthur, Camelot 이런 거 읽었을 때 나왔던 그거 그 낭만주의 그 Samuel Taylor Coleridge The Rime of the Ancient Mariner 그거 알아요? 나 이거 정말 재미없었어. 나 진짜 고등학교 때 이거 공부하면서 돌아버리는 줄 알았어. 너무 재미없어가지고.
그거 내가 했잖아. That is included in me reading the Rime of the Ancient Mariner.
재밌었어요?
At the campus. The picture was included in our bio post on our Instagram. And I think that I was not very, negative about the work. On the spectrum of it is boring to like, wow, this is amazing. I was on more to the like, wow, this is amazing side.
For me, 그러니까 전 재미가 없었다라기보다는 I think the problem was I'm not a native speaker in English. To English? Is it in English or to English? Well, whatever. 그러니까 영어의 원어민이 아니라서 이거를 근데 게다가 저는 이거를 한국어로 접하지 않고 영어로만 배웠어야만 했던 환경이었기 때문에 영어도 잘 못하는데 이거를 영어로만 배워서 재미가 없었던 것 같아요. 잘 모르겠는데 읽어야 돼서.
And it's also a poetry.
It's a poetry.
When I was at the university and, it was a very common saying among the students that it is kind of a like intrinsic talent to enjoy poetry written in English because, the rhythm and the rhyme, those are so important in the poetry. And like, if you don't find those kind of like aspect of the poetry not very interesting, then the like kind of like joy of reading poetry might, cut just, into half or something. 그러니까 그래서 더 재미없게 느껴졌을 수 있을 것 같아. 그러니까 like reading poetry in foreign language is a little bit like more challenging, I think.
근데 그럼에도 불구하고 저는 I liked reading like Shakespeare sonnets or Lord Byron's sonnets or like
그럼 또 취향 문제인가 이거야?
왜냐면 그런 진짜 유명한 거 있잖아요. 그 뭐지? 그 Shall I compare thee to a summer's day 이런 거 너무 낭만주의잖아. 너무 로맨틱하잖아.
그거를 싫어하는 그러니까 영문학을 접했는데 그걸 싫어하는 사람은 잘 없어.
그런가? 그러니까 그럼 나는 대중 취향인 걸로. 근데 그러니까 제가 하고 싶은 말은 시라서 그렇다기에는 시가 또 그런 옛날 시 또 좋은 것들이 영어 시라고 해도 좀 이해하고 또.
What about like what was his name? Oh my god, I forgot. How can this happen? Keats. Did you like Keats?
Ode to a Nightingale.
그러니까 그런 거. I mostly enjoyed the works of Keats when I was taking the like romanticism classes. 와 이거 진짜 딴 길로 샌다. like have you heard of the term negative capability? It was actually coined by Keats. It was included in the letters to his brothers. negative capability it means that the ability to embrace uncertainty, mystery, and doubt without the restless, anxious urge to reach for facts and rational explanations. It was kind of a key term for the romanticism literature back then, and I really liked that concept when I was in early 20s. Because I was feeling I always wanted that everything has to be certain and all the things has to be kind of solved out from the mystery. And suddenly this concept came to me and I was oh, this is a whole different perspective, and I think I want to kind of make it something like my 그 좌우명?
오.
그래서 좋았어. 그래서 that was why I also enjoyed most of the works of the Keats, I think.
기억하고 있을게요.
Good. 근데 정말 좋은 term이라고 생각해요. Of course, it is kind of related to the comparison between the beauty and sublime things. But still, now I've forgotten all the aesthetic things about the term, but I'm just remembering the very core idea of that negative capability thing.
저 지금 느낀 게 Michelle, I think you like it as a 그러니까 그 시의 운율이나 뭔가 그런 합이나 그런 뭔가 그런 아까 지금 방금 말했던 그런 것들을 같이 음미하고 해석하면서 그 시가 좋다 안 좋다를 분석하는 입장이면 나는 그냥 일반 대중으로서 내가 보기엔 나는 그냥 사랑시를 좋아하는 것 같아. 어느 시인이든 나는 사랑시만 알고 있는 것 같아. 그런 것 같아. 그러니까 모른다. 미국이든 영국이든 모른다. 시는 모른다. 저 이번에 왜 제가 인스타그램 스토리에 올렸는데 그 고명재 시인님 시 너무 좋던데. 너무너무 좋던데. 어깨에 머리를 기대던 시절. I just wanted to share 그냥 그 책 날개에 있는 딱 그 앞에 들어가는 그것만 내가 알려주고 싶었어. 이건데 앞에 뭐라고 써있냐면 제일 앞에 시도 아니고 제일 앞. 시인의 말. 사실 저도 어렴풋이 알고 있었어요. 어깨에 머리를 기대면 순한 당신이 저를 배려해서 숨을 얕게 쉬었다는 거. 또 대구 남자들이 상남자라는 저기 고정관념은 진짜 고정관념에 지나지 않은 것 같아요. 왜냐면 신용목 선생님도 너무 좋으시고.
I mean, it is a very conservative city, so I think my theory is that some of the
he can 바로 말을 못하는구나.
그래서 근데 대신에 they kind of develop their sensitiveness into the extreme than the other men in other region, I think. 아이유의 러브 포엠 같은 노래를 추천해야겠네, 세원한테. 그 노래 들어봤어요? 러브 포엠?
네, 알아요.
그 노래 첫 가사가 엄청 유명하잖아요.
전 좀 슬프던데 그 노래.
그러니까 슬픈 노래지. 숨죽여 부른 듯한 사랑시가 들리는 듯해. 그게 첫 가사잖아요. 이 노래 자체가 그 설리 이제 고인이 되고 나서 나온 노래다 보니까 노래가 너무 슬프죠 사실. 근데 뭐 사랑시 좋으면 좋은 거지 뭐. 사랑시 좋지.
사랑시 좋아. 그 고명재 선생님 첫 시집 제목 알아요?
몰라. 나 들어봤는데? 잠깐만. 아니 나 알아. 그래서 그걸 보고 그거 아니야? 나 안 찾아봤어 지금. 우리가 키스할 때 눈을 감는 이유? 맞나?
우리가 키스할 때 눈을 감는 것.
눈을 감는 건이구나.
아니 뭐 다 맞췄지.
그러니까 그 제목을 보고 I saw that title and I felt I think I want to try this book. And my personal thing back then was I had buy so many 그 문학동네 시인선. I had 5 or 6 new ones on my hands already. So I felt wow, if I buy this book one more, then I would be 그 완전 채무자가 되는 거지. 그 너무 많이 안 읽어서.
그냥 그만 사야겠다. 나 이거 하나만 더 얘기해 줄게요. 앞에 시에
음흠.
꽃 번지는 방법이라는 시인데,
꽃
그러니까
번지는?
꽃이 번지는, 꽃
아,
번지는
오케이.
방법이라는 시인데, 뭐 꽃 번지는 방법에 대해서 쓴 거라기보다는 그냥 첫 연만 읽어주고 싶은데, 이게 너무 예뻐. 시인 김종삼은 딸의 소풍을 따라갔다가 점심을 먹고 말없이 사라졌다고 한다. 딸은 아빠를 언덕 뒤에서 발견했는데 가슴 위에 큰 돌을 얹고 자고 있었다. 아빠 왜 그래? 하고 물으니 김종삼은 하늘로 날아갈 것 같아서라고.
아, 좋다.
어.
좋다.
이 대구의 상남자들이 사실은 마음속에 이렇게 연약하고 부드러움을 안고 사는구나.
그렇지 뭐.
좋았어. I also like told you that I bought this 햇볕 쬐기 by 조은윤 시인.
조은윤 선생님.
조은윤 시인님. 너무 좋아. 조은윤 시인님도 너무 나 처음에 보고 진짜 깜짝 놀라서 너무 좋아가지고. Yeah. And I recently bought this too. And yeah.
이거 딸기 이론 아니야?
지금 재밌게 읽고 있어요.
김순
김순
작가님.
선생님. 김순 선생님. 재밌어.
You're reading a lot of Korean literature these days.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm reading this the one that I bought from 서국도 SIBF.
집에서 봤다.
그 여름 상설 공연 by 박은지.
응.
It is included in the 민음사 시집 시리즈. And I'm really enjoying this book. But it's a little bit like different from what I've been enjoying in the terms of writing style. Because like this poetry book is quite straightforward, I think. For example, 그 시인의 말이 뭐냐면 나 진짜 열심히 사랑할 거야. 더 많이, 더 오래 성실하게. 엉망진창이어도 꼭 살아있자 우리. It is very straightforward. 그래서 좋았어요. 좋게 읽고 있어요.
요새 시를 좀 많이 읽는 것 같아요.
We've like came very far from Nikolai Gogol's works, but we are sorry if you were like kind of expecting some kind of like very deep conversation regarding the work. We just failed to ride the vibe of this book, I think.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, it happens, and I kind of. It's a little bit like selfish comment, but I'm feeling kind of lucky that Sewon and I both didn't enjoy the book very much. Because, for example, like I was not very much enjoying the book, but Sewon was like 100% in love with it. Then I might be very kind of like awkward recording this episode, but luckily we were both not very much interested in the very much kind of like contents of the book, so we just ended up talking about random things like what kind of literature we are into, or the poetry collections that we are like currently interested in among the Korean literature scene. So I think I kind of enjoyed the 잡담 part of this episode, I think.
And we are expecting a very special episode for our next episode, right?
Yeah.
Something that I wasn't expecting at all.
Like me neither. It was all of a sudden. And Sewon, I think you can just tell the like whole story.
Yeah. So how it happened was that, I think I mentioned it in the previous episode that I had a chance to talk to one of our friends, M.
Yeah, and yeah.
And I think I can reveal his name. His name is Jiwon.
맞다. Yeah.
He's our mutual friend and a coworker. And yeah, I had a chance to talk to him, and we had lunch with him, and I had lunch with him basically. And I just, like whenever I have lunch meetings or like lunch with our coworkers and friends, I just tell them that I do this podcast with Michelle, I talk about it, and I like the last thing that I always say when I talk about the podcast is that, you should come up on the show. 맨날 나오세요 하거든요. And then like they're like, half of them go like, 영어를 못해서요, and they do this really indirect way of saying no, right? And so they're like, I'm interested only if you do it in Korean. So I go like, 우리 한국어로도 해요. 상관없어요. 한국말로 하면 돼요. And then like this guy, Jiwan, he also said like, I'll be more than honored to do this
on our
video.
show, yeah.
So I was like, oh great, it's good to hear that. And then 그러면서 끝났어. And then the next day I ran into him and he was like, you know how have you ever run into him?
Of course. Like several
Like
times.
do you know how do you remember the way he approaches to you? Like he always smiles, right?
Yeah.
as if he has something to talk about, and
Yeah.
and he did that to me as well, and like I was like, he's trying to say hi, so like, 안녕하세요, and he was smiling, and he was like, 그래서 전 언제 나오나요? 이러는 거야. 그래서
Yeah.
and I was like, so you really are up for this, and he 역질문해 me, and he went like, 그럼 그냥 한국식으로 물어보신 거였어요?
Oh my God,
나한테. 그냥, so it was just a casual, 밥 한번 먹자 thing. So I was like, no, not at all. Like, it will be, more than happy to have you. Yeah, we just we just set up a date of recording. And prior to that, I think we're going to have dinner with him.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, sometime next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get to know him more and for him to get to know us more. Yeah, and I'm very excited. Like, I'm always excited to meet new people, so.
Ooh. So he will be our very first guest, and I don't know, like I cannot. I mean, in a positive way, that I cannot imagine how the things will turn out. And it's a little bit like 기대돼요, anticipating.
I think he's gonna bring a new color.
Yeah, new vibe to our show, I think.
I don't even know what he was gonna talk about because I threw some random examples, right? We could talk about books and we could talk about anything. Like we could do 잡담 and we could do it in Korean, we could do it in English, and he said yes to all. So yeah.
And
So-
we haven't decided whether we are gonna do do that episode in Korean or English. So I don't know. 그 어떻게 돼?
Anyways, so stay tuned.
Okay, stay
For
tuned,
our-
everyone.
Yeah, for our new friend Jiwan.
Yeah, 대기하세요.
Yeah. So
Right.
that's it for this week.
Yeah, we are gonna call it a night. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you for listening.
재미없었지만 들어주세요. 안녕.
Yeah, hope our talking was like funny to you all. Bye bye.
재미없었을 것 같아.
아니야, 재밌을
안녕.
거야. 안녕.